I'm Sam from Redesigned Sports, and I'm in the midst of testing the Hoka Bondi 6 on this lovely, gloomy morning in Santee. And this is my third run in the Hoka Bondi 6. The first run was a 3-mile flat treadmill run. The second was a 10-mile run around Lake Murray, so relatively flat. And then this one is a hillier. I'm on 2 miles and I'm gonna go about 4. So things that I've noticed so far is that I feel like the shoe propels really well. So the rocker and the heel really makes a big difference in terms of propulsion. I can definitely feel it on the downhill, but not in any kind of way where I feel like uncomfortable or unstable. The shoe is surprisingly light. Let's take a look at it right now. So you can see it here. That is the Hoka Bondi 6, a surprisingly light, comfortable shoe. Sorry about the traffic in the background. But if you want to take a closer look at the shoe and my sweaty legs, there you go. But we'll get more into that shortly. And I'll tell you a bit more about the shoe shortly here when I'm done with my run. All right. And I'd like to tell you a little bit more about it. So we'll get into the tech of the shoe first, and then how it felt on the 3 runs that I tested it in. So a little bit more about the shoe. This is a maximalist shoe. Hoka One One is known for that. They're also known for making incredibly lightweight shoes. So although the shoe is heavily cushioned, it only comes in at 7.6 ounces for women and 10.2 for men. And the shoe itself is a very high profile shoe, but what I found when running in it is you don't really feel the height of the shoe that much. You just feel the cushion in a really good way. So taking a look at the structure of the shoe a little bit more, what people are really raving about is the full EVA midsole. So let's take a look right here. Here is the midsole of the shoe. And this midsole is especially cushioned and especially durable. So what that means is if you have a heavier footfall, if you are maybe a little bit of a heavier runner, you will find a lot more cushion and support from the shoe. And even if you're not, you'll just benefit from that support in general. You'll also find that the outsole of the shoe is a very durable outsole. So check out that traction too. And a lot of run testers have said that they find that the outsole of this shoe is improved upon from past Hoka models. It is more durable and it can handle the road a little bit better than other models. But the big call out of this shoe is the cushioning. Some people are calling this the softest, most cushioned shoe ever, not just Hoka One's, but just in general, which is a big statement. And I'll tell you a little bit more about how it felt when I was running in it. So far I have put 3 treadmill miles on this shoe. That was the first run I did in them. I also did 10 miles at Lake Miramar in the Hoka One Bondi 6. And the last run I did today in it so far was a 4-miler and more of a hilly run. So I've tested it across the board on longer runs, shorter runs, treadmill runs. And I really found that it lasted really well for me, that I felt really good about the cushioning. I felt really good about the shoe in general. So what I noticed most, I'll tell you the 3 things, is number 1, the propulsion. Of course, I felt that propulsion on the treadmill, so I thought, let's take this to the road and really see how it feels. And this shoe, what I mean by the propulsion is when you take a look at it here, you'll notice this is Hoka's Meta Rocker. The shoe really does rock you forward when you run. So for some people that might take a little bit of getting used to, and I have never run in a shoe like this before or experienced the Meta Rocker, and I found it really comfortable and I enjoyed that propulsion. The other thing that a lot of people are noting about the shoe is that the cushion, as I mentioned, is really supportive. People say that it works really well for them on a longer run, so I put that to the test. And on my longer run, I did feel like it really supported my shoe. So it was my first really long run back from being pregnant. And, you know, I thought this is probably not gonna go that well because I don't strength train other than stroller running with my kid. And I am terrible about stretching. So I expected to be pretty sore after running, but no joke, I was not. I was not sore at all. My legs barely felt tired. I took a day off and did a 4-miler in a different shoe the next day and felt totally fine. So I do attribute that to this shoe and the cushion and the support that I felt in it while running. A little bit more about this shoe and its dynamics. For those of you with wider feet, you will find this shoe to be really comfortable and roomy. For those of you that do not have wider feet, I do not run in a wider shoe. It's really comfortable and supportive. It's a flexible shoe. The upper is really flexible. The mesh is really breathable and comfortable, so those aspects are really enjoyable. It is also a supportive shoe. So now, what kind of shoe is this? It is a neutral shoe. And what that means is, for those of you who are neutral runners, let's take a look again at the shoe down here. When you're running as a neutral runner, you are neither overpronating, which means that you are turning inward this way when you run, or supinating, which means you are going outward. You are neutral, which is you're just putting pressure right here. So this shoe is good for neutral runners. It is also good for the supinators, the people who are going outward when they run a bit, because those people need flexibility and support, flexibility and cushioning more than anything. And this shoe provides both of that in spades. So the top three things, the top three takeaways from the Hoka One One Bondi 6 is, number one, super, super soft cushioning that lends itself to a quicker recovery time after running, a more comfortable run. I think this is a great long run shoe. That's what I enjoyed doing most in this shoe. I also think that this shoe is great for probably your hillier runs where you're looking for a little bit more support and, you know, maybe you're pounding a little bit more on the downhill. I enjoyed that. The propulsion on the downhill was pretty thrilling, so definitely a fun shoe for that too. And the third thing that I can tell you that I enjoyed about this shoe was the flexibility of it. I didn't feel like I was locked down in the shoe. It felt flexible yet supportive, and the high profile of the shoe was made for a really interesting run for me, and was a very comfortable shoe to run in. So all in all, comfortable, cushioned, really supports your legs and your joints. And if you're like me and you don't like stretching or strength training, you can run in this for 10 miles and feel no pain. Just kidding, don't do that. Don't be like me, but do enjoy running in this shoe. And VIPs, when you run in the Hoka One One Bondi 6, you can test it for 90 days. So learn more about our Roadrunner Sports VIP program. It's a great program that allows you to try a shoe, and if it's not the right fit for you, get a shoe that's really good for you. So that's Roadrunner Sports VIP, 90 days, try them. If you don't love them, send them back for another shoe. Okay, bye guys, see you on the road.